Upon his father's death, college student Jean-Paul Vallée learns that he had been genetically altered and trained since birth by a secret society as the Order of Saint Dumas. They then activate his psychological conditioning, forcing him to become their most elite enforcer, Azrael. While on a mission, Azrael crosses paths with Batman and soon turns on the Order to join with the Dark Knight. Later, when Bruce Wayne is paralyzed by Bane, Bruce asks Jean-Paul to become Batman for some time. Jean-Paul defeats Bane, but soon Jean-Paul goes off the rails, shutting out Robin and letting an innocent man die at the hands of the villain Abattoir. This forces Bruce Wayne to once again take back the mantle of the Bat. After being saved by Batman on the night he returns from his retirement, Carrie Kelly Ells determined to help the Dark Knight. Spending her lunch money to purchase a Robin Salt, she sets out to track Dawn the superhero and became his protege and crime-fighting partner. Shortly thereafter, Carrie finds Batman in the middle of a brawl with the mutant leader and successfully saves the Dark Knight from near death, proving herself capable in the role. Batman then accepts her as his newest Robin, and although he's reluctant to do so, her skills and dedication make her a worthy sidekick. Young Tommy Elliot was a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne, who also grew up in wealth and privilege. However, Tommy soon became deeply jealous and resented Bruce once his parents were tragically killed, seeing Bruce as getting the independence and wealth Tommy so desperately desired. Eventually becoming a surgeon, Tommy's resentment for Bruce continued to fester and grow over the years. When the Riddler discovered that Bruce Wayne is really Batman, he approached Dr. Elliot with the secret. But when the two realized they shared a hatred for Wayne, they joined forces, wrapping his face in bandages to hide his identity. Elliot manipulated many of Batman's greatest supervillains in a grand conspiracy to defeat him, hence his chosen identity of Hush. The Penguin is an eccentric criminal mastermind known for his shady business dealings. Born into the wealthy Cobblepot family, Oswald was sent overseas for school as a boy. When his family hit hard times, Cobblepot immersed himself in a criminal education on the streets of London. Years later, he re-emerged as the Penguin, a black market arms dealer in facilitating the illegal financial activities that fund much of the Gotham City's underworld. A prominent and well-educated district attorney, Harvey Dent fought valiantly to uphold the law and make the city a better place. In any other city, it would have worked. Not in Gotham City, a place where greed and corruption stretch from the depths of Crime Alley to the shimmering heights of the mayor's office. Dent's spiral into the city's madness came swiftly after a criminal threw acid into his face, leaving half of it horribly scarred. Soon the name Harvey Dent and all the good it stood for was lost, and the criminal to face rose from the darkness. Slade Wilson is a mercenary, an assassin for hire with no qualms about crossing lines to get the job done, no matter where those lines are drawn. A formidable operative for the United States military, Colonel Slade Wilson agreed to undergo an experimental process that increased his mental and physical abilities to superhuman levels. Rather than continue his career as a soldier, Slade became the masked mercenary Deathstroke. This decision resulted in his wife leaving him and his son Joseph being permanently injured, as well as the death of his son Grant, who sought to emulate Slade. By day, Barbara Gordon is the bookish daughter of Police Commissioner Jim Gordon. By night, Barbara dons a cape and cowl as Batgirl, committed to justice like her father, while her utility belt is equipped with batrongs and other crime-fighting gadgets. Her greatest tools are her brilliant mind and her unwavering determination. Batgirl is an expert martial artist and gymnast, trained in part by Batman, who's extremely athletic and agile. Her eidetic memory, heightened intelligence, and advanced knowledge of computers makes her a natural leader and skilled crime fighter. Dick Grayson has made a name for himself over the years, and on more than one occasion, Throughout his valiant life, Grayson has proven himself to be one of the most resilient and brilliant crime fighters in the world, and a natural leader. As the first Robin, he fought alongside Batman for many years, and later led the Titans as Nightwing. His charisma is as potent as his combat skills, acrobatic flair, and deductive gifts. He is a hero's hero who maintains an infectiously positive outlook, despite facing much tragedy in his life. Victor Zsasz is one of Batman's most ruthless enemies. Zsasz is a serial killer, and his descent into madness began after his parents died. He gambled away their fortune at the Penguin's Iceberg Casino, and when the money ran out, the Penguin suggested he should go and kill himself. As Zsasz was about to do just that, he was attacked by a knife-wielding madman. Zsasz dispatched his assailant and experienced an epiphany. Life was meaningless, but killing made everything comprehensible. He embarked on a murder spree, slaying hundreds and recording each kill with a cut on his body. Poison Ivy is the alter ego taken by Dr. Pamela Lillian Isley, an eco-terrorist and prominent enemy of Batman. She's motivated by an obsession with plants, misandry, botany, and extremist environmentalism, with a desire to save the world from the evils of man through any means necessary. A genius scientist and metahuman with hybridized plant DNA, Poison Ivy uses mutant plants, while bending pheromones and toxins from plants and her own bloodstream for her criminal activities. Ivy has also developed a special relationship with fellow villain Harley Quinn, with the two often being depicted as recurring partners in crime, friends and, sometimes, love interests. Born with a rare mutation that made his skin green and scaly and grew his body to grotesque proportions, Waylon Jones was raised by an abusive aunt and bullied relentlessly for his appearance. He briefly worked as a carnival freak under the name Killer Croc, but his misanthropy grew, as did his bestial nature, pushing him to a life of crime. As his physical condition and mental state deteriorate, Killer Croc becomes a more bestial foe, increasingly detached from humanity.